Hello, everyone. Good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you are. It's Yogi here. I hope you're well. So, this is Monday, so we're starting a little bit later. And sorry, I had to put the time back a little bit more. I realized I was rushing and running a little bit late. And so, apologies for that. And hope you're ready for a spot of stitching. It's a little bit late for our European stitchers here. If you're here, give me a little wave. Well done. Let's see how long you last. But internet doesn't sleep. Internet goes on and on 24 hours a day. So those of you who are still bright and early, and join me for a spot of stitching. So today is Ciro Marchetti Monday. If you don't know who this artist is, definitely go have a check on Heaven and Earth Design. We're doing a stitch along every Monday to celebrate his work and enjoy the design as well. So today, the piece of my choice is this one. This is called the Old Craft Room. And I don't have to say anything. You look at it, you know it's gorgeous. The color scheme is so deep and rich. The deep, deep burgundy echoes with that red dress over there. And not to mention, there's a beautiful little cat just under the sewing machine there. And this is kind of one of those things a lot of artists, I find, do. They probably incorporate their own pet in their design, in their work. And Ciro Marchetti, there are many, many pieces from him. There's always a little cat there. I'm not complaining. This is totally my kind of stuff. So there's a little kitten, well, I think it looks like a kitten or slightly grown up, and waiting for me and to motivate me to move forward. And this piece is a mini, okay? This is a mini piece which I started sometime this year, when I started experimenting on 10 stitches and also slightly different fabric count. So this one is actually 22. So slightly lower count than 25. I was working for maybe over 2 years. And I just needed a change of flavor. And this is one of the pieces. But I decided to work on 4 stitches instead. And I'll explain, a full cross instead. And I'll explain a little bit more about why I am with this piece. And but first of all, let me look at let me show you the stats. We like a little bit of stats. So you can see this is the entirety, the totality of the piece. And even though it's mini, it's by no means small. Okay, there are a lot of stitches involved, typically probably about 9 pages, Heaven and Earth pages. And let's look at the stat here so we know where we are. In terms of percentage, okay, slightly on the low side, okay, it's 3.31, but then again, I've only started in the beginning of this year, along with, I lost count how many, different WIBs, different projects. And on the right, I am going to delete this sprint from the last session, so you wouldn't look at the number. Okay, you didn't see it. It was about 9,000. It was about 9,000, and I'm going to create a sprint here to capture my stitches. Okay, and the colors for this piece, it's mini. It's pretty much the same as regular sizes, regular colors. This is 88 colors. So by no means mini in that sense. So that's where I am. And of course, before I get to stitch at all, I want to say hello to the chat to see who are with me today in this late night in the UK. The brave ones, my soldiers. Here we go. Heather House. Hello, hello. Chores are done. Time to play. Amazing. Absolutely. play with us. It's fun. And Joyce is here as well. Joyce, you made it to a late night stitching in Europe. Joyce is 1 hour ahead of me, so it's literally midnight over there. Well done, Joyce. And Joyce says, I'm working on this pattern, pillow in the top left. Yes, Joyce is working on, I think, regular version. So a little bit larger, just a tiny bit for Joyce. And Maria says hi. And Grace Houston, hello everyone, she says. And yes, Grace is loving this piece. Me too, me too. And Sarah is here. Sarah says, hello everyone. And I just watched yesterday's replay and now here today. I know. I try to keep you busy, you know. She says it's like a halftime show, literally. It's a little bit like that. I love this message. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, I'm trying to keep you in, you know, straight and narrow so you're not out there doing naughty things, Sarah. I'm doing for you and a few others, all the naughty people in the chat here. And Maddie Stitch is also here as well. Hi, everyone, she says. And Kimberly Car 5011. Well, there's a meaning there somewhere. One day I'll figure it out. And let's see who else is here with me. Susan as well. Susan is in the UK. Well done. And let's keep moving. Michelle Fuller is also here. Michelle is also watching yesterday's replay while waiting online. Good girl, good girl. And oh, Susan has noticed the time has been put back. I always think no one is going to notice something like that, but I'm always wrong. And Steve is also here in the chat. Welcome. And let's have a look. Budget. Maddie's budget corner is also in the chat. And Betty Lou Taylor, welcome back. And Wendy as well. Marsha is also here from Australia. And she says, hi, Yogi. Let's have a look. Let's bring it here. Marsha says, hi, Yogi, 8 a.m. Tuesday morning here. Yes, Marsha is one of those people. Her time is moving faster than anyone else. It's actually already tomorrow in Australia. Well done, Marsha. And Sarah VM is also in the chat. Amazing. And oh, Maddie. What happened to Maddie? I'll go back to the chat to have a look. Yes, and Travis has just joined us as well. Welcome, everyone. So, this piece here, let me just zoom in a little bit. It's absolutely luxurious, this piece. So, it's 22 counts, and I'm working on it full cross, but 2 strands. So, it means the stitches are super full, and you can probably see here, it's very, very snugly together, all the stitches, but absolutely beautiful. And this is probably the only piece I have with full cross that's above 18 counts or 20 counts. So, you know, it's a different stitching experience. With every new start, I'm just looking for something a little bit different to give the piece not just beautiful design, but a little bit of, you know, unique experience when I work on it. So I can figure out different strategies, different methods, and to make it work. And occasionally it doesn't work, but this one, I think it is. Even though for some of you, you might think the stitches are too snugly, but I actually really enjoy it. The only caveat is, in order to keep such full stitches to be nice and flat, and also not sort of trying to stab your needle through the stitches, I'm working a little bit like Gemma's method, but not quite. I'm kind of a little bit more liberal in terms of where I go, and occasionally I'll break rules from, you know, stitches sticking out, etc. But there's some similarities, and all I'm trying to do is to create as much space as I can when I stitch a single stitch. So making sure that there's no areas that's been surrounded by 4 corners with other stitches. That's what makes it difficult. And also a lot of build-up underneath the fabric as well, which makes it probably even more challenging to stitch. So this is the only thing I need to be mindful about when it comes to this particular piece. But otherwise, I'm really happy with the result. You know, some people think because it's mini, there's no confetti. You're wrong. Confetti is everywhere in mini pieces. It's only smaller. So that's the only difference. The challenges for confetti is still very much present. But, you know, if we do heaven and earth, we accept the challenge. That's what we're here for. And, you know, through challenges, we figure out different ways of stitching, and that makes it fun. So the floss, I'm using CXC. So it probably explains the extra fullness of the stitches. And I absolutely love it. It feels like stitching a rug, Persian rug, or something like that. So it's absolutely lovely. And let's have a look. Yes, so I am going to pick my first color here. So in terms of where I'm going, just to give you some idea, and also give me some idea, so I know what I'm doing here. So I'm going to follow pretty much what I've been doing so far with this piece is to pick, to keep the left corner slightly lower, so very loose diagonal. It makes things easier. And then today, I am going to come back and focus on this kind of this area where you can see some green and yellow. And the reason being, let me flip the design over. This is actually what well, it's the head of one of the birds here. If I turn on the full design, you will know what I mean. So this is kind of where I am. And I would like to move forward a little bit more on this little bird here, and the top and the coat hanger as well. And there's some blue there. So in terms of colors, it's kind of quite fun to do. And if I'm feeling courageous enough, I might move toward the cushion area and then stitch a little bit more on the cushion, because that's where majority of the confetti is so far with this piece. So I'm going to just play by ear and see, you know, what takes me, sort of, you know, take my interest. So that's where I am today. And let me come back to this view. You can see this is so pretty, really, really pretty. And oh my God, Maddie, what happened to you? Maddie says, okay, I'm back. Just got glass stuck in my foot. Maddie, what have you been doing? Don't walk on glass pieces, please. No. And do not injure your hands in particular. You won't be able to stitch. That'd be disastrous. Maybe big toes are okay, but not big, you know, not your fingers, okay? Take care of yourself. I'm glad you're okay. And oh dear, so now I understand what that reply was about. Dear, oh dear. And make sure you report to the chat so we know you're all right. And River is here as well. Hello. She says, hey Yogi, hey everyone. Indeed. Well done. So now I'm going to pick my first victim, so you can see a lot of path threads. And sincere apologies if you're allergic to path threads. This episode is going to be nightmare for you, okay? Not only the path threads, there's double strand as well, 2 strand. So it's doubling the amount of floss here. So take a deep breath, ujjayi breath, okay? And you'll be okay. Just focus on the chat and you will be just fine. So let me move the thread over there out of the way. and talk about ujjayi breath. So today, so on Mondays, for those who don't know, I teach a slightly later class in the evening. It's an yin class, yin yoga, if you have come across it. And it's a lovely, lovely class. So generally, I try to keep my classes in the morning or afternoon. But this class is so lovely and I really love the crowd. So I decided to keep the class But it doesn't mean that on Mondays I work till pretty late. And let me just select my color here. I think I'm going for this one. So the stream is also slightly later on Mondays. And today I was kept in the studio a little bit longer because I was approached by a couple of students. They have some questions, and I'm always happy to answer questions, So I know they're keen on learning. So I was there chatting with them for a little bit longer. And it's interesting being a yoga teacher. They tend to think you know everything, which I don't. And I make sure that I tell them that I don't know everything. But I'm happy to listen. Sometimes they come to you for medical conditions, looking for health advice, or if they got injured, etc. Or they come to you for emotional support as well. So in both scenario, I do my best to be a listener, but absolutely pointing them to look for experts in the area that they're sort of trying to find answers for. So I don't turn them away as such. I'm happy to chat. But, it's very important to kind of maintain the boundary so you don't become a counselor, which I'm absolutely not. And, it's much healthier to maintain certain boundary. And that's the idea I've been told from the moment I became a teacher, because it's, as a teacher, sometimes you just want to help. And maybe sometimes you do have some, well, quote unquote, wisdom to offer, but it's not my place. It's not my place to offer that kind of advice. So, you just have to be very, very, I've just done a floating stitch. Listen to me. I was, talking on and going on and on about no floating stitches. I just went and do one floating stitch here. Oh dear. It's just habit, isn't it? But then, okay, I'm going to leave that stitch and I'm going to park below. Seriously. Never listen to anything I say. I'll say one thing and do quite the other. So this one, I'm going to just park here. And hello, we have some new joiners here. Michelle Fuller is here. Welcome. And Everyday Creator is back with us. Welcome. And Carla say, well, not Carla, sorry, I just read it. It's Kimberly. Kimberly says it's kind of giving me heart palpitations. I know, it's this. Look at this. Kim, I'm just doing this for you. I'm stroking my luckily past threads for you live yogi stream. Oh, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. It's okay. It's very no, Sarah, no frogs, no frogs. The second stitch is wrong, really? Really? Where? Let's have a look. Let's review. How can I have let me see, the first stitch. And where am I? Exactly. I was just talking away. You're quite right. In that case, why don't I frog this one? No frog. As mentioned yesterday by Susan, this technique is called reverse stitching. Okay, this is not frogging. This is just, I'm just reversing. I'm doing one leg at a time. You don't see any frogs, do you? No. Yes, exactly. And this stitch is also incorrect. So that's weird. Where am I then? Where's the second stitch? It's this one. The color doesn't look right. Did I do the second stitch at all? So I did a first stitch here. Where's the second stitch? Is it here? No. That's not. I'm very confused. Where's the second stitch? Susan say, firecrackers for floating stitches. Do another one. Do not encourage me. Do not encourage me. So where did I do the second stitch? I can't even find the second one, can I? You know this one? The second one on the left? Where is it? It's not this one. This is from somewhere else. So I'm not... Okay. So I forgot to do the second one, but I marked it. Seriously. Totally mindless. This is... I'm warming up, guys. I'm warming up, okay? And yes, it's yes, so this one is correct, right? Everyone. Oh, the BDI of the chat. I can't get away with anything. You know, the other day I nearly got booed for not frogging my stitches, you know? I just decided to leave everything there and hope for the best. Oh, okay. Yes, I know. So that one, there's one over there that's not correct. That's a floating stitch I was talking about. But there's another one that's attached that I didn't even do, seriously. What was I doing? I don't know. And yesterday, you know, those of you who were here yesterday, do you remember how many stitches I did yesterday? Special prize for anyone who remembers my stitch count yesterday, roughly. So I can park here, so now everything's good, right? I'm following my own rules. I'm following the rules. It's all good. And I was thinking about yesterday's stitch count. That's what I think about when I'm not stitching here with you. I think about my stitch count. Hang on, what's happening here? I just want to park, but it's not letting me do it. And I have doubts. And the reason I'm having doubts is, oh, Steve, come up with this. Yes, here we go. It's official. Okay, so those of you who didn't know yesterday, yes, Steve says 420 something, 450, I think, Susan. Yes, something like that, 450, okay? And I was thinking, could it be possible that I actually managed that many stitches? It just didn't look like me, did it? Steve and Susan. You know, that number is just not really, it's not very yogi, is it? And I kept thinking, but the app says it's 450, and I'm pretty sure I didn't sort of, you know, mark anything that shouldn't have been there. So I kind of thought about it, and I haven't tested it, but I'm thinking, you know, I want to be honest with you. If I stitch only 5 per 3 hours, then that's 5. I don't want to cheat, okay? And I'm thinking, you know, at one point during the stream there, I was testing out one of the features, one of the tips someone suggested to, I can't remember what it was. I think is to, I can't remember what feature, I can't remember, but at one point I had to undo some marked stitches because I was testing the feature. But I'm pretty sure, you know, if you undo it, the number will be taken off from the log. But I don't know, I haven't tested it. If you know, and I'll definitely do a test later to figure out, because I want the numbers to be correct, okay? And when it comes to stitching, it's all about honor for me, okay? I do not cheat. I do not want to claim a single stitch that I haven't done, not even one, Okay, so I'm guessing maybe the sprint, you know, the counter that's constantly running during the session, maybe capture those extra stitches, but didn't take them off the log. It might be off on the totality from the calendar view. I haven't tested it. It's just in my head because that number didn't seem right to me. I was very excited. And if you were here, you probably noticed I went, really? Because most of the times, you know, when I look at a number, I go, yeah, that sounds about right. But but the one yesterday just didn't look right, did it? And so I just want to put it out there so you know that I noticed that. I was thinking, I don't want you to kind of, you know, have this wrong idea about my stitching speed. If it's slow, it's slow. It says on the tin. I have no issues with that. So that's what I've been thinking about. And this is what's on my mind, you know, when I'm not teaching yoga, I'm counting my stitches. Okay? I just want you to know. And I'll test it, you know, when I get a chance and figure it out. So back to this one. Where am I exactly? Yes, I'm trying to get used to this minimize toolbar here, because sometimes I'm double tapping. It doesn't register it. It goes flip and back to eraser. So I don't know what is going on. Hello, yes, now I can select. There. So this one's got a few stitches I can do. 921. I've got 2 pieces here. River says, dang, Yogi, told you were turning into an alien. Well, it's either that or my app is turning to an alien app. Either way, one of us is turning alien for sure. It's doing weird things. And but that's very optimistic of River. And I'm not sure about what happened yesterday. Well, bear in mind, yesterday was 10 stitches. So in theory, I should be a little bit faster. But just put things in perspective. That piece, Sweet Shop, remember when we did the 10-hour marathon? I don't know, any one of you remember my stitch count after the 10-hour vigorous power stitching session? And I don't blame you if you don't, because it's a number maybe I should forget and erase from my mind. After 10 hours of power stitching, the grand total was 650 stitches, okay? Yes, we did a little bit of yoga, you know, bit of a tea time. But after 10 hours, the same piece I was stitching on for our marathon, I managed 650. So you do the math. I don't know. Am I just turning into alien like Sarah and River? I don't know. Or or maybe there's a miscalculation happening somewhere there yesterday. It's not me, you know, I'm not doing the calculation. You know, but for over 3 hours, I managed 450 yesterday. I'll let you decide whether that actually happened. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. And I'll report back when I do the testing. Oh dear. Captain Squirrel says, you have to change the channel name. Yes, I have to change it to a little bit less slow stitch yogi. I can't claim to be fast. That wouldn't be true, would it? But maybe slightly less slow. I don't know if that name will flow, but something like that. Something like that. You know what? I'm going to skip that one for now and do these ones. They're actually attached to the stitch area. So that's my kind of my rule here, to only stitch areas that's attached to the stitch area already. It's like a tongue twister. And Grace Houston says, wow. But you know, yesterday Suzanne was here, and she head on, she said, have you started a new sprint? Because she couldn't believe it. Neither could I. That's you know, that's what happened yesterday, live here on Yogi Stream. Grace Houston. Yes, maybe you can come up with yeah, semi-slow or mildly slow, just a little bit slow stitch yogi, something like that. Very good. So I've got inspiration for names. River says it was 600 plus. I know. Susan, it's true. Susan, were you there for the 10-hour marathon? I did 650 after 10 hours though. I have to make it very clear, okay? But it did happen. It's true. It happened, and it will forever be in my memory, and I'll cherish that moment. Until next time, I don't know when that I'll be able to manage another feat like that. Oh, I think I missed a stitch there. No one noticed, okay? There's one more stitch I can do here. So this method, it's kind of slow, but then, you know, that's just me being me. But it's quite relaxing because it's kind of just truly one stitch at a time. There's no rushing. You can't do like a whole bunch of, you know, floating stitches like cross country. There's no cross country in today's stitching. Not even cross the table. I am just here, you know, being with a stitch, and do ujjayi breaths. One breath at a time, one stitch at a time. Whoops. I can see the problem here because I do undo a lot. So if okay, I'm going to leave the toolbar open there. And I'm going to just see if I can focus on the green area. I really fancy stitching the bird. Steve is being very cheeky. Steve says, now I feel compelled to spend 3 hours rewatching it and counting your stitches. There's a quick test I could do when I get a moment, is to simulate, to recreate the situation there, right? And see if the sprint actually remove those stitches that when I perform undo, or does it retain it? In theory, it shouldn't, right? So, you know, it's not me. River says, alien yogi. Not as much as you guys, you know. I'm alien in a different way for being ultra slow. So Susan was here for the marathon halftime show. Susan, so you don't remember my grand total number of stitches? Oh man, it was a glorious moment. It will always be in my memory. And I'll try to remember it. All right, so I'm not sure this stitch, this one. Ah, okay, it's this one. Got it. But I want to just quickly mark this one as well. Okay. There. So there you go. Susan says, glory every day. That's brutal. You know, every day is a new day. You know, every day is a new opportunity for me to reach 9,000 stitches. When it's going to happen, I don't know, but I'm patient. You know, it will happen. I just need to put my mind into it and believe 9K will happen again. Again, because I did it once. You saw it. It was on the app. You know, I didn't make it up. It actually happened in front of your eyes. Hips don't lie, and apps don't lie either. It happened. It's on the record. I have proof. Grace says, Yogi is probably up at night counting stitches instead of sheep. I don't know. I'm counting something. I'm counting stitches. And it's very soothing. It puts me into a very restful sleep. But not last night, though. I was counting it. And I thought, well, did I actually make 450 stitches yesterday? Oh, that was brutal. My mind was struggling, thinking, did I actually do it? Or no? Who knows? Oh, okay. So someone points me to everyday creators. Oh, yes, of course. Everyday creator says, I'll take 650 correct stitches instead of the 1,200 plus. And I had to frog on Saturday. Why did you have to frog that much? Did you just stitch on the wrong fabric or something? Or wrong size fabric? That happened. That can happen. That's a lot of stitches to frog, though. Yes, that's 650, but also there is 650. You know, for Sarah, the alien, leader of the alien club of this channel, she can probably do 650 in 2 hours, you know? And there's 650 after 10 hours. So there you go. Details matter. Yes, Betty says, all stitchers count stitches at night instead of sheep. Yes, absolutely. What else is there to count? Seriously. Fabric counts. That's worth counting. But you can only count to 28. If you count to 32, you're an alien as well. There. So today, just demonstrate to you how to stitch really slowly, okay? It's possible. You can learn it too, you know. I'm happy to pass on my my techniques to you. If you think you're stitching too fast and you just can't stop, I know that's a problem for many of you. Just do this, okay? Just do as I do. Watch and learn, guys. Watch and learn. This is how it's done. And you know I'm stitching for real because I'm in front of you. You know, I will not sort of, you know, exaggerate and tell you that you can learn how to stitch like this when you can't. You know, if you watch those edited videos, you don't know what's happening. Maybe they're stitching really fast. But right here, you know, in real time, I ain't lying to you. 349, 349, one stitch there. 349. You can learn it too. You know, I know it's a gift for me, just given to me. But I know you can learn it too. If you put your mind to it. You can stitch as slowly as I do. Have faith. Oh, Susan. Susan says, Yogi, are you up for a marathon in September? Am I up for a marathon? Anything's possible, Susan. You know me. No planning is required. I just do it, okay? And you guys as well. If I say tomorrow's marathon, I bet you will turn up. Many of you. I know you're brave soldiers. You know, you're going to bring your hoops, frames, whatever it is, Q-snaps, and you'll come here and join me. I know. So, Susan, what would be your suggestion? We're, let me see, we're first week of September. And, you know, the month is still young. Anything is possible, Susan. Rose says, counting stitches is better than counting frogs. Yes, can you have one? Well, so those of you who are, you know, experienced stitchers, can you have more than one frog at a time? So when you have the frog visiting, is it an entire group of frogs? Is that what we're talking about? Or are we talking one frog at a time? How many frogs do we need to frog? And I look to the chat for answer. We need to know these things, you know. All important things in life. Is it one frog? And is it the same frog that's visiting all of us? Or is it a team of frog from the frog planet? And they just send out, you know, like fairies. There's not just one fairy. There are many fairies, and they can go to different places for different people on different times. And are we talking about a single frog? And they're just there visiting everybody whenever. Or we're talking about an army of frogs. Oh. And if so, where are they when they're not frogging? We need to know these things. Carrie, hello. Welcome to the chat. Carrie Van Kessel. Sounds really formal. Popping in near the end. Hello, everyone. No, we just started. Susan, not Susan. Carrie, on Mondays, we start a little bit earlier, okay? Because Yogi has an evening class that I teach. So Monday, we just started. We're just getting warmed up. Okay, Carrie? Great timing. So, there. Next one. Here we are. Let's have a look. One stitch, okay, no problem. And this is how you make beautiful stitches, one stitch at a time. Watch and learn, guys, watch and learn. 333. Oh, I like the number, 333. It's the half of 666. So if 666 is a little bit devilish, 333 would be angelic, I think. This is the angelic color right here. Let me have a look. Ooh, it's got a little bit tangled. Maybe not so angelic. It's a pretty color, for sure. But it's refusing to leave my organizer for some reason. Oh dear. 333 is not happy. Let me untangle this. Sometimes, you know, when you cut your threads in 6 pieces bundle, sometimes you forget to cut maybe one of the loops at the bottom. Does it ever happen to you? And then you don't realize it. And so when you try to pull the stitches, as I'm trying to do now, everything just get tangled. I don't think this is the case, but it's not very happy. Oh, there you go, finally, seriously. You know, work with me here. River says, us every day she got swarmed by frogs. I know, you know, so maybe everyday creator can share some light on this. Were you visited by a single frog? Or was it like an army of frogs? Just go, frog now. Oh, Grace Hudson reckons it's just one frog for everyone. Just a single frog. And it's a very busy frog, isn't it? I try not to trouble the frog. You know, I do the reverse stitching. So hopefully, you know, the frog can have some holiday, have some time off, doesn't get too busy. But so Grace reckons it's just one single frog for everyone. What say you? Right, we have some, you know I can turn to the chat for wisdom here. So Nora and OK says, a group of frogs is called an army, but can also be called colony or chorus, a chorus of frogs. Hope none of us can visit from them. It's called an army? Is that what is commonly referred to a group of frogs? Not like just a group of frogs. It's an army, a colony, or chorus. I think they're just making it up as they go along. It's like the other day, someone says teddy bear, a group of teddy bear, a group of teddy bears is a hug of teddy bears. Okay, if it's on Google, it must be true. I believe in Google. A colony of frogs. Imagine if we get visited by a colony of frogs. Oh dear. And Kimberly says, I think, oh, I like your icon there. Very Christmassy. Like Christmas socks there. Kimberly says, I think one reversal session is one frog. So is one frog per session now? So if you get visited by frogs, multiple sessions, let's say you get one visit a day, if you're on a roll, right? Is it always this? My question is, do you get allocated to a frog if there are multiple ones? Is there kind of a guardian angel type of frog? You know, there's one frog just guarding, just, you know, there to visit you whenever it's required. Oh, these questions. Susan is saying the same thing. The collective noun for frogs is army or colony. Why do they get such a sort of really cool way of calling a group of, you know, them frogs? Army. Who says that? Colony, okay. Colony is kind of a description, but army is just like it's an army of frogs. Clearly, this is a topic that everybody cares about. River says, I just posted some frogs that I managed to tame last summer in a Facebook group. Oh dear. Oh, that sounds brutal. An everyday creator says, halfway through the project, I stitch a scene with tons of greens and a word stitch in white against the green background. I misspelled. Oh, I see. I misspelled a word and stitched third of a quarter of the backdrop of this then. Oh, background, and then you realize it was a mistake. Okay, because in the beginning of your comment, I thought, well, a bit of green, you know, if you stitch not correctly, it's okay. But when you say it's misspelled, okay. So yes, you do have to frog that. You don't want to misspell things. And meaning could be totally different, right? We've all seen these people with misspelled tattoos. We know what that does. It becomes internet joke, okay? Or stitch in a language you don't understand. It turned out it says, I don't know, like a dish, the name of a dish or something. And it's on your arm forever. Janelle is here. Hello, hello, welcome. And happy Tuesday for Janelle. I think I'm going to tackle this one this time. I'm patient, okay? I'm patient. It's quite okay. It's my technique, you know. It's the quality that counts, not quantity. So, 797, 797. This one is happier. Very pretty color. Kimberly says, we have a colony of frogs in our yard. They really should be called a chorus. They're very loud. Oh, I see. Yes, I was thinking, why a chorus? It just seems so random. No, it's the way they make noises, isn't it? The way they sound. But that's very complimentary, though. You know, it implies it's almost like music. And I think I am here. So maybe it's one frog each person. That makes sense, right? So it's like your guardian, your guardian frog. It's just taking charge of your stitching and visit you whenever it's needed, because they have to travel, right? If just one frog, it could be something's happening simultaneous at the same time. So it makes sense to have one allocated to each stitcher. And they're just there watching with beady eyes and just hop in whenever it's necessary. Very scary stuff. Maybe there's one frog just looking over my shoulder, hoping we'll have an opportunity for action. But of course, it's not going to happen. I don't frog. I just do reverse stitching. So, haha, got you, Mr. Frog. Or maybe Lady Frog. I don't know. Whichever. See who's laughing now. I have my reverse stitching technique developed and practiced live here on Yogi Stream. You can't get me. I'm going to dock it here. And let me know what you're working on. See, I was occupied with things in my mind, you know, counting stitches and all that. I forgot to ask you, what are you working on today with me? And what are you drinking? I'm having a sip of my coffee. I know it's late, but when I come in from work, I just fancy a cup of coffee. So that's what I'm having. It tastes good. Let's have a look. Jeanette Lee says, when I was stitching a busy jaguar, I was visited by many frogs. Are you sure, Jeanette? Are you sure it's plural? Are you seeing double or triple? Sometimes when you are, you know, frogging, you're so overwhelmed, maybe you're seeing double or triple, multiple, many frogs, not only two, many. But Doohy, hello. And Sarah, our alien captain, is saying that, like Santa, one frog for everyone. Oh, controversial. But that's a very busy frog then. And maybe they have some sort of special power. They can split themselves into millions simultaneously everywhere at the same time. You know that movie? I can't remember the title. Everywhere, all the time, every time, or something like that. You know the one? Sounds like stitching to me. Everywhere, all the time, every time. There, the next one. I'm warming up, guys. I'm warming up. River says, the frogs who visit me ain't no ladies. Oh dear. Sounded like, you know, quite a situation there, River. Oh, River, your post is being held? Oh my God, look at this. River says, Yogi, you need to approve my post, probably because after the dreaded word of frog. No F word, River. It's the group policy, okay? No F word. Let me have a look. Oh dear. I can't believe it. I mean, the Facebook just randomly hold back certain posts by certain people, not just new posters. Yes, indeed. It says potential spam. Let's have a look then. Oh my goodness. It's a real, oh my God. I don't want to say the F word. Okay, let me publish it and we can have a quick look because it's worth looking. Goodness, where is it? I don't know why Facebook just randomly hold back some things. Let's have a good look here. So it's published now. Let me just take this one over here so I can show it to you. All right. Oh my goodness. I thought I thought I was going to see something different. I didn't expect this. So let's have a look. Why not? A spontaneous spot of, we still need a name for this. We're looking at our Facebook group. I think, I don't know whether Joyce is still there. Anyone come up with a good name for visiting our, oops, sorry, this is not it. This is it. And let me readjust it. And there. Okay. Can you see it now? I know, it's all over the place, the browser. Hang on a second. But I want to show you River, what River has just posted. It's utterly shocking, okay? I was just talking about how diverse River's work is in terms of choice of pattern. All right, there you go. Are you ready? There. They're frogs. More than one. Are they frogs? Frogs? As in, you know, those ones that visit us. Very shocking indeed. And yes, they're very colorful as well. And when did you stitch this? It looks very tiny in terms of stitches. I'm guessing 28 counts, 28 counts, something like that. So, thank you, River. And guys, this was censored by Facebook, okay? So we're very lucky to be able to look at this. You know, I'm feeling like we're breaking the rules there. We're being on the edge. We're looking at something that we really shouldn't be looking at. And even Facebook is banning it. It's trying to keep it away from us, okay? Thank you, River. Well done. Susan says, if there's a frog staring at your work, you think he will let you know that you're making a mistake. I know. But they're not so helpful, are they? They're kind of waiting for you to make a mistake and then just hop on you and go, got ya. It's like that kind of relationship. Like some people I know, you know, no names. Yeah. I think I was stitching too fast. I need to slow down. And I can. I have the technique to make it even slower. Vega is here visiting us. Hello, Vega. It's 8 a.m. Tuesday in Japan. Amazing. See, sometimes we start a little bit later. We catch people. I mean, Vega has been visiting us, but in general, it's kind of slightly inconvenient time for stitchers in Japan. But now, today we're starting a little bit later than, you know, they get to see us in a slightly more sociable hour. I think 8 a.m. it's doable. It's doable. I'm going to park over there. To the right there. Janet Lee is doing a vintage kit from 1979 of butterflies, needlepoint. I love needlepoint as well. I still have 3 pieces that I occasionally pick up and do. You know, I go through phases. It just so many projects I'm working on with the stitching. I haven't got to my needle points a lot, but it's fun because they're cushion cover size, and they're quite pretty as well. Yes, I like a bit of needlepoint. And Susan is still working on Twin Peak squirrel. I love squirrels. Drinking coffee too. Susan, are you my soulmate? You're in the UK and you like stitching till late night, and you drink coffee late at night as well. Oh, I knew why I like Susan. You know, it's a meeting of the mind. Very nice, very nice. Let me pick this one here. Oops. I think I'm going to leave my toolbar open for tonight, because there you go. So I'm doing this one. Moving over to the coat hanger as well. What happened to Sarah? Did I miss something from Sarah? I don't know, I probably missed something. Carrie says, checking out a yogi studio. What is it referring to? I probably missed something. Oh, I'm not up to date with the chat. Let me scroll down a little bit. Let's see what's happening. Oh, there you go. Let me just jump to the latest suggestion. Yogi, Sarah had a great suggestion for the Facebook segment of the live. Group gander. Oh, Sarah. Group gander. Very good, very good. Oh, Sarah is there. Sarah is there. Good, good, good. Thank you for the name. Vote. People vote. Yes. And let's have a look. I'll go back to the previous comments when I have a moment here for sure. Mandy is asking, hi everyone. Yogi, what count are you stitching on? This piece is actually 22. And so I use some leftover fabric I've got there to the point that, let me just move down a little bit. I'll show you how kind of on the edge for me with this fabric, it was just barely enough to for the finished piece, but I didn't have a lot, you know, margin there. So what I had to do was to stitch a piece of cotton and to extend it. And I haven't decided whether I need to do that for the bottom or the side as well, because the side seems to be okay. It's the vertical, the top and bottom. I needed some extension. So it was a piece of leftover. I think this might be be trimmed from another project I did, and I didn't remove the stitches of the entire piece. I just cut away the portion that was still usable. So I used that for this piece. 22 counts. I don't have that. I've got two pieces that's 22 count, this one and the dry flowers. Majority of my projects are either 25, and I've got two 28 going as well, and a few pieces of 14. So, and now of course we've got a Halloween saw going there. That's 16. So a wide range of fabric counts. I like changes. I like changes. And talking about the saw, festive saw for Halloween, I am stitching. Let me show you which one I'm working on. So just in case you want to join me, you know, why not? It's fun. And let me show you the Halloween piece there. Where are you? There. So this is a piece that's suggested by Steve, and it's a pattern you can get from Etsy, and it's really, really fun. If you haven't seen what Steve has done, Steve has finished the pumpkin panel, and it's on 25 counts. It looks so pretty, because I was thinking, you know, this type of project kind of it's nicer on an Ada that's slightly lower count, and so I went for a 16 count. But it looks so pretty the way Steve did it on 25, and I think he's trying to do slow stitching on this one because he's so fast. He's finished the pumpkin panel, and he's only doing the first three. He's skipping, he's cheating, he's not doing the final one. And Steve, I just noticed, did you incorporate the spiders on top of the pumpkin? And you did it seamlessly. I don't know how you did that, because if I do it, it will come out differently. It will come out totally wrong. So this is the piece we're stitching together. And of course, you can just bring your festive projects, whether it's Halloween, that would be very now, or you can bring your Christmas project if you are not doing Halloween. Even I would ask, why not? You know, it's good fun. We still have a couple of months till Halloween, and it would be fun to stitch together this one. So you can find a link either on the saw video, on the live stream there, or you can join our Facebook group if you're not already. All information is there. So come and join us. It's good fun. Different projects, different challenges, you know, but it's all fun, all fun. Carrie says, for when we're looking at the group, yeah, we check out the Facebook group from time to time. Particularly when we have frogs, we have to look at them. So let's have a look. So Grace says, I'm stitching on 22 counts today, but my fabric looks different. The weave is more open. I don't like the way my stitches look. Interesting. Because is it gridded or not gridded? 22 counts. Yes, this is 22 counts. And yes, the fabric, I don't know, maybe, could it be, maybe this is Ada? I really don't know. Because even weave, the strands will probably be a bit thinner, I'm guessing. Because you're quite right. It looks like there are multiple strands for... Oh no, it's just two, isn't it? It's just quite thick. Yes, I'm trying to break it open. Yes, there are two strands. Maybe this is even weave. I'm not too sure what the clear definition of them. But I think different brand of fabrics might be different. And River says, I'm stitching on 22, also my new favorite. Yes, it's just a bit more generous in terms of space comparing to 25. I love 25 as well. It's kind of bread and butter. But 22 is slightly kind of not quite, it's different from 14 count, obviously, but it's got a bit more space for each stitch. So Grace says it's not gridded. So in theory, not when your fabric is not gridded, I find the fabric to be softer, and a lot of times you have more space between stitches, whereas gridded fabric tend to be a bit more, not stiff, but more starched. Maybe they just, it's treated differently. I like them both, but to be honest, I'm a little bit more, I sort of prefer non-gridded. I just like the soft fabric. So have a sip of my coffee there. Mandy's also asking, can you get gridded 22 counts? Does anyone know? I think you can, can't you? I think you can get gridded for majority of the even weave or Ada. I think when you move into kind of linen territory, then there's no gridding involved, I think. I'm gonna pick this one here. But maybe the chat knows. Because we talked about the difference between Ada and even weave quite a while back. But I remember the conversation. We did some research on Google as well together. And because we were wondering whether you could get Ada above 20 counts. Because according to some websites, you can't. But clearly they're being sold. And I think Nikki has managed to find a really kind of cardboard-like cardboard-like piece of fabric. That's, I think it was 28. Really, really stiff. I don't know what that was about. And she hated it. And I don't blame her. Oh, why is it like this? Okay, I know what's happening now. Here. River says no, and River knows stuff. But why not though, River? It doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't they grid 22 counts? Because you can get gridded fabric pretty much, even 14 counts, I think. Why couldn't you? Why is it so random? Is there any rules to Oh, so if your River is saying that if you know it's even weave if the stitches slip, because I think Ada is not being put together with strands. It's kind of multiple strands woven together, and then they weave that. They weave the woven strand. It's getting complicated. But it's more like, you know, even weave is you have vertical strands, horizontal strands. Whereas this is weird. So I am 2 stitches from the left. I see. Oh, there are a few more stitches here for me to do. But I don't want to stitch too fast, you know? This is my technique. So each stitch is like a little bead. Very, very pretty. So mark these ones and then park it to the left. That's nice. Susan is asking, is Nikki on holiday today? She's not on today. And she wasn't here yesterday either. I know she's slacking, isn't she? And she's not reporting to me. Let me know, what she's doing. It's her job to report to me. So, yes. I think she's going rogue. Do you think? She's breaking away. Maria says, 22 count is usually for hard anger. I don't know what that means, hard anger. Is it someone who's angry and hard at the same time? Oh, that sounds like a frog. Oh, no, not good. Maybe someone can explain. I don't know the terminology. And Suzanne is not here today. She would know. She's a weaving. I nearly said she was a weaving doctor. No, she's a weaving teacher. Suzanne. Could be a doctor as well. Healing fabrics. Just scrolling back a little bit, see if I miss anything here. Oh, Sarah. Okay, now I know why people were cheering for Sarah. Sarah says, let me read it. 717 stitches. Amazing, Sarah. I know it's a little bit belated, but yeah, congratulations. But 717 is no big deal for you, 5 hours. But Sarah is just here to show off. You know what I said about stitching 650 stitches for a 10-hour marathon. She's like saying, oh yeah, slow day today, 5 hours of stitching 717. Oh, Sarah is getting slower. But it's slow day. It's a Monday, isn't it? So, well done, Sarah. Captain Score says, hard anger is another stitching art where you cut the fabric. You cut the fabric. It's a craft. Stitching art. You cut the fabric. Like a collage. Or, what is it called? Applique, which I have done a little bit. What is scary, Captain Squirrel? It's always interesting in trying to stitch people's comments together because they're all kind of spread out in different bits, trying to piece together stories. Sometimes you do it wrong. Susan says, Google it, Yogi. Google what? Nikki? About Nikki? Is she on breaking news? Has she tried to smuggle DMC again into women's prison so they can stitch? Right. Hello, Dolly. Oh, it's Dolly time. She's here on time. For a little cuddle here. Hey, babe. Oh, now she's rolling on her back, showing me her belly. Babe, this is not the time. You know? This is not the time for belly rub. She's going, yes, stroke me. Rub my belly. Oh, babe. This is no time for belly rub, Dolly. Okay, okay. You're good, you're good. She's got her supper and everything else. She just needed, a little bit of belly rub, which she received. Susan says, Hardanger, not Nikki. Dude. So it's spelled differently. Is it Hardanger or Hardanger? Do a quick search for Hardanger. Why not then? Well, if you request it, why don't we? We can have a look together. Let me just bring on our browser. Technology is right here on Yogi Stream. Let's have a look. Is it the spelling correctly? Hardanger? No, that's not correct. Hang on. Let me show you what I'm looking at. That's not correct. Did I spell it wrong? It's a Hardanger. Is it Hardanger or Hardanger? Hang on. Hard. It sounds like a foreign word. That is a location, everyone. Don't know what's up. What are we looking at exactly? Oh, this. You mean this? Embroidery. Okay, now we're talking there. Let's have a look. Oh, this type of kind of lacy type thingy. Let me see. So it's a form of stitching, is it? This. Hardanger. Okay, so it's spelled Hardanger, embroidery. Wikipedia. Why don't we have a look at the Wikipedia? What? Why am I looking at this? Hang on. I think Google is lots of plot. If I narrow it down to embroidery, yes, that's better. Okay. Hardanger, is that how it's pronounced? I don't know. I just read it as it's written. Hardanger embroidery is a traditional Norwegian white work technique. What's white work technique? Characterized by counted thread and drawn thread embroidery, where threads are cut away to create open geometry patterns on even weave fabric. So do they use normal even weave that we use? Hang on, let me have a double look. But it looks like, is this cut away? Oh my goodness, yes, underneath. So the fabric itself, let me see if I can look at this. So the fabric itself is just normal even weave. Is that correct? Is that what it is? And then you just stitch around areas and cut the middle open. That is different from what I was thinking. I was thinking about, people who knit those really lacy looking kind of coasters and that kind of stuff. So this is very different from what I was thinking. So are they using the even weave that we know of? Like the one I'm using, and they just cut it open? Is that what it is? Oh, Hardanger embroidery gets its name from the district, I'm reading here, the district of Hardanger in West Norway. So it's called white work because it's always white, is it? Oh, that's so interesting. Yes, hand-woven white linen fabric and used only as trimmed on garments. Whoa. It just shows how little I know. So there you go. That's a Hardanger for you. I have heard of the term, I just never really looked into. Oh, Steve says it pronounced Hardanger. Hardanger. That sounds, yes, it sounds a little bit Norwegian or German. Hardanger. There you go. So that's from Steve. Yes, Susan, there's always time for belly rubs. It's not just during the streams, it's all the time. She wants attention all the time, but only when she wants it. You know, when I want it, she's not there for me. That's our relationship. It's very equal, as you can tell. And Captain Squirrel says, I know of it, but never done it. It's interesting because if I just look at the pictures, I would just think it's one of those, you know, like a lacy crocheting thingy. I wouldn't have known that it's actually cut away from a piece of fabric. Steve says this is 22 count fabric is used for it, like this one. So they just use regular, well, not regular, but even weave like this. And so in order for them to open a hole and create an opening without the fabric breaking, they have to do the stitches around the edges to form the shapes, and then cut the middle open. Interesting. I didn't know that. Maria says the old-fashioned is mostly white. Modern work has colors. Interesting. But Steve, you know, the fabric you work on your why don't we have a look at Steve's work as well? We're here anyway. We're here on our browser because I want to show you how neat those stitches are. Let me bring that on. I should be able to find it. It's got a lot of likes, Steve. Oh, here we go. Here, let me show you. So I wanna know. So this is it. Hang on, let me zoom in a little bit here. Right, Steve. So this is 25 counts, right? But look at the color of the fabric. It's very sandy. It's darker than mine because mine is slightly, it's got a sandy tone to it as well, but much lighter. But this is 25 and it feels, if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't know this is 25 count because the fabric looks a lot more, there's just a lot more to it. And your stitches are so neat. My 25 counts wouldn't look like this. I can see every single strand on your stitches. And it's so flat and tidy. So I don't know, Steve is probably in the alien club as well, because that's pretty, right? So there you go. Steve says it's 25 count Lugana and it's kind of sandy color. Okay, Susan, we need to examine this, okay? I would like to know the answer as well. Where is this? So Susan is utterly shocked by the fact that Dolly doesn't give me belly rubs. I know. It should be mutual, right? I rub her belly and she rubs my belly. But unfortunately, this relationship is very one-sided. It's always give from me, and she just takes. Yeah. That's the power dynamic between me and Dolly. Okay? I rub her belly, but she never rubs my belly. I mean, she licks me sometimes, but it's not quite the same. I'm sure you would agree. So I'm pushing the slow stitching to the limit here. Okay, this might be my best work tonight. All right, just give you some, just brace yourself here. I mean, this is slow stitching at its best. It's 3A30, 3A30. Captain Score agrees. Steve, Alien Club confirmed. Yes, we need to send him there right now, right away, to protect the community. So if you're alien material, we just send you there. You have no choice, okay? It just happens. It's automatic. Just like frogs, they just appear whenever it's the right time. It just happens. Okay, now we have another show off, okay? Carrie's like saying, hey, 7:03 for me today, slow day, okay? Slow day for Carrie. And she's working all apart, thread is fast. Well, for you, Carrie, speak for yourself. Well, I don't know what to say, really. Oh, see, this is what happens, okay? Aliens just go, hey, just me casually stitching 703 stitches, no biggie. Because normally I do a lot more. Or people go, well, I've only done 1,000 today because it's all confetti. What do? It slows me down. Normally I'm like a lot faster, clearly. All right, I get it. Carrie, stop showing off. Carrie, okay, Carrie's. Okay, let Carrie explain. Carrie says, no, that's super fast for me. Normally I'm row by row, block by block. Oh my God, row by row. Didn't River try that? And she abandoned it very quickly. Okay, here comes another show off. Okay, River, I get it. River says 1, 3, 5, 6 for me so far today. Not 0.6, okay? They're actually 4 digits. I'm gonna stitch for maybe another hour. So River has managed 1,356 stitches today, and she's not done yet. Of course not. Why would you? And yeah, she's gonna come back with another 1,000 for sure. I will have no doubt. Okay. Oh, show off. Okay, River, I get it. I get it. And Steve says, yeah, I don't think I'll ever have much more than 500 stitches a day. Only 500, for full coverage. And that's like 8 hours. Wow. What's your average stitching time, Steve? Because you do all sorts of projects and the speeds might vary. Depends on the type of project. Because Steve is doing a lot of sampler, really pretty sampler types of projects. I don't know my speed for that. I'm sure it's just as slow, but who knows? There's different methods and technique, isn't it? Right. Let's move to the next. I want to focus on the bird, but I keep stitching the coat hanger. I don't know what's happening. I have no control over it. Oh, this one is nice. It's quite dark. 3031. 3031. There. So Steve says, I probably average about 4.5 to 5 hours per day. That narrows it down a little bit. That's a lot though. Well, amazing. Everybody's endurance athletes when it comes to stitching. So in comparison, I'm the one slacking. I only stitch here with you live, which is average about 3.5 hours or so. And then I'm done. Pretty much 90% of the time. Occasionally, you know, if I have time, I pick up a piece and pull a few stitches in, but not very disciplined at all. So I'm the slacker comparing to all of you. You guys are pros. And I thought 3 hours was a lot, but nah. But to be honest, since I started streaming, I'm a lot more disciplined. Whereas before, there'll be days that I do, you know, maybe rarely over 3 hours. But a lot of days I would kind of, you know, put a few stitches in and move on to do something else. Not very disciplined. I tend to spend more time stitching if I have a new start. You know what it's like? You just want to stitch like all the time. And then you kind of slow down a little bit. So in comparison, I'm doing a lot better now. Because of all of you come and stitch with me. You know, I become a lot more disciplined. And I think I am going to pick this one here. Is it correct? Let me have a look. There. That can't be right. Oh, okay, hang on. That one is not stitched. So here, let me double check this color here. I think it's correct. So it actually looks like it's actually the top of coat hanger, but it looks a lot more exciting than that because it's orange. So I only have 2 stitches here. So in order not to cross over, so I've got 1 stitch on the right there, and the other stitch is actually on the opposite side to the left. In order not to take my thread under the stitch area, I'm going to perform a yogi move, which is to take my thread away from the stitch area and do a pin. Okay? You can have this technique too. You can have it. I won't charge you, okay? It's free for you. See? You only get it here on Yogi Stream. So now I can go back and stitch the stitch on the left. The thread underneath is being anchored away from the stitch area. And the reason I'm doing this is so I don't create floating stitches everywhere underneath. So it's nice and neat. And the floating stitch here in the V shape is going to get stitched down when I come to stitch this area. So there. And I'm going to park it down here. 1, 2. Why do I have one already? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't look like the same color. Is it the same color? No, it's not. So there's one thread not being parted correctly. So there are 2 threads being parted under the same spot. They are different colors, aren't they? Or the same? Oh, they are the same. So there's already a part thread there. Never mind. Just need to remove one of them. Grace says, I just looked up 22 count fabric types, and it says the 22 count is an Aida fabric used to stitch Hardanger, embroidery. So yes, it's an Aida fabric, which is a bit stiffer than even weave. Does that mean it's different from this one? I think this is even weave. I'm not sure. It does look quite generous in terms of, you know, you can see the white area very clearly. So 22, is 22 even weave or Aida? I have no idea. 22 count is an Aida fabric. So all 22, so are you saying, from what you see, Grace, there's no such a thing as 22 count even weave? I don't know. I thought it was opposite, because the last time we looked up Aida on Google, I think one of the websites that look, you know, quite trustworthy, saying that Aida is only up to 20 counts, if I remember correctly. Oh, I don't know. The confusion. Yes, because Aida is just woven differently. It's a different kind of fabric, I think. The mystery deepens. Let's see. Oh, there's just one stitch there. How annoying. Let me come back to the birdie here. I want to focus on the birdie. I get sidetracked to the coat hanger. Let me put this aside. It's a lovely green stitch happening there. Three, 3, 4, 6. Oh, this one I haven't got actually. Not on my master set yet, so I'm gonna skip it for now. Let's just not in the mood of flossing up right now. Let me have a look. 3799, 3799. Yes, I have it. And you know, one of the things that was brought up today, after my class, talking to one of the students who was also a fitness instructor. So the teachers that come to my classes as well. And she was saying, because I had one of the classes that had to be covered by another teacher. So I cover for other teachers, but whenever I need covers, Others do it for me as well. And I remember the last time I did that, it was a very, very last minute cover. So I was really grateful to have this teacher who, you know, I've known for a little bit, but not personally. I've never been to his classes or I've never watched him teaching. And but he's kind of known amongst us. So I thought, well, it's a safe bet. I just asked him to do the last minute cover, and he did it. He agreed right away. So I was really, really grateful. And today I was told when when this teacher covered for my class, the students had a shock of their lives, because not that this teacher was teaching badly as such. Apparently, you know, sometimes when you go to like a yoga class, there's some sort of what we call dharma talk, which is kind of spiritual things, you know, just reminders, etc. Not that we know more, but it's part of the practice to remind students about certain things, about the mind, etc. But apparently this teacher, he went on and on about death. Okay, I'll ask you. It was supposed to be nice, relaxing kind of in yoga class. And apparently he mentioned death, about we're gonna die, you know, life is transient, you know, we have very short life, we're gonna die. Apparently he mentioned it for about 6-7 times, to the point the students had to just speak to the gym, to the studio, even though it was just a cover. But the students felt strongly enough that they wanted to report it to the studio. And I had to laugh. It's kind of funny. And you never know. That's the thing when you ask someone to cover for your classes. Most of the times we've never been to each other's classes, because we only have to speak because we can't be there, you know. Oh, hello. Sarah says, Yogi, I think you're stitching on Ada. Do you think this is Ada? But it's got 2 strands per thread here. I think it could be. Who knows? Is it Ada? And Grace says, I don't like even weave. From now on, I'll purchase 22 count Hardanger, have I pronounced it correctly, fabric. I don't know where I got this fabric. I absolutely cannot remember. I think from Etsy. I just looked for 22 counts and this popped up. So I have no idea. I thought 22 counts is 22 counts. It's all the same. Clueless. So Steve says, so technically all of our cross-stitch project fabrics are even weaves, referring to the same count of threads, vertical and horizontal. Yes, so even weave is supposed to be, but even weave, 25 count, for instance, you can split each thread into 2, can't you? If you do a pin, you could stab in the middle and it splits in 2. So it's not just single strand, even though, you know, the higher the count is, the thinner the threads are. But it's not single strand, is it? But this one is kind of the same. I can split in the middle and it splits in 2. Whereas Ada, I'm thinking about 14 counts. You can probably stab at different points because there are multiple threads forming that little area. for you to stitch on. So whether even weave is woven a certain way for it to be even weave, or anything's evenly woven can be called even weave. I don't know. Are we making... Yes, I think it becomes more and more mysterious. I know River, the teacher, okay, I don't say the guy. Apparently not just once, if you just mention it kind of lightly once and go, yes, life is transient, that's the end of, everybody's life. I think the purpose is to remind everybody to live for the moment, like what we're doing now, right? We live for the moment, we stitch for the moment, not for the future. But if you mention it like 5-6 times, I think, probably even more, then that's a little bit much. And I think a lot of people go to, particularly in yoga classes, they're trying to unwind from a long day's work, the stress, terrible bosses, or, colleagues. They're not very likable, whatever it is, the stress you get from working in the offices or typical work, workplaces. They try to escape from that. They don't want to be told, yes, it technically is true, we'll die, okay, we get it. But if you just keep telling people that they're going to die, I'm not sure that's very constructive. I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I do remember vividly when I was doing teachers training, I remember one example was given, very similar to this. It's about time and place when you talk about these things, and be very mindful. People are not in the mood for that kind of stuff a lot of times. So don't do it, It doesn't mean the message is wrong, but it's not a place or time. River. 1401. That one is important. Yes. And river is done. But river is still quite early where you are. I can put a few more. Maybe another 500. You can do it. River. Amazing. And Sarah says, Sarah VM, when the fabric makes boxes with the two strands together, in the middle is Ada, but when they're separate with holes around each thread, it's even weave. I'm trying to interpret that. When the fabric makes boxes with the threads, why don't I bring one of my Ada projects that I know for sure is Ada, so we know what we're talking about. So this one is Ada, right? So this one is my Halloween piece. It's 16 counts. So this is Ada for sure, I know. Let me zoom out a little bit more. Okay, let's have a look. So this is even weave, right? I don't know. Maybe this is Ada. I have no idea. But this is definitely Ada. And this, if I bring it closer. So, I know what you mean by making a box. You can see that. I don't know if I can bring it even closer here. Can you, it's clearly not just one strand, right? So 14 counts is probably even more obvious. It's making a box. It does look like a box. It does have that boxed feel to it. Can you see it? If I move a little bit, it's like QVC. You have to move the product so you can see it well. But with the naked eye, I can see very clearly there's slightly embossed effect there. It's clearly done that way. And this one, I'm not too sure. This one looks This one looks less so. Can you see it? Let me bring it closer here. It looks like 2 strands per thread. I don't know. Oh, I really don't know. Yes. Because 14 count fabric, if you look at it, is clearly very different from even weave, you know. There's more central area, but then again, because it's lower count. Sarah VM say, yes, that's Ada. You mean this one? This is Ada? Whoa, I didn't know that. I thought it was stitching even weave. But it kind of doesn't matter, but it has some volume to it. If it's not that, it's smaller in stitches, but I wouldn't be totally shocked if you told me it was Ada, because Ada tends to, you know, there's more volume to the fabric, if you know what I mean. It's a little bit different. Gray says it's 22 count Ada, Hardanger, not even weave. Okay, so what does 22 count even weave look like? I'm really curious now. I don't think I have it, because this is probably the only 22 count fabric I have. And oh, Sarah says I posted the group an even weave. Let's have a look. Let me bring on. Today is all about learning. Okay, it's Learning Monday. We learn things every day, but some days we focus on the research a little bit more because you can't get it anywhere else. Real time, real conversation, okay? So this is what we're doing here. If you love to learn new things, new patterns for sure, but new things about stitching, and why not? We love stitching. We want to know these things. Let me just scroll to the part. Oh, I see. Okay, I can see it here. Let's have a look. This is it. So this is posted by River. Oh, but Sarah posted something as well. So let's look at this one. So this is Hardanger stitching. Okay. And then let's have a look at the examples. The Sarah VM has just posted. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Let's just zoom in a little bit here. Even weave. But how is that different from where I am? Let's have a look. So that's even weave. And let's come back and look at my fabric here. Well, I mean, it doesn't look different, but it is also woven the same way, isn't it? Let's have a look. So the opening is a lot smaller, kind of quite close together. And Grace says, Sarah, yes, I'm working on even weave like you posted. I don't like the way my stitches look. So Sarah, if you're working on even weave, it looks like this one, right? But how does that affect your stitches though, versus Ada? Because we stitch on even weave on 25 counts a lot though, don't we? Interesting. It does look different, but I can't really say what that is. So this is Ada. That's even weave. But this, I would say it looks closer to 25 count even weave. Wouldn't you say? It's just a little bit thicker with the threads. Still quite hard to tell them apart. But it's fascinating. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, River, for posting the examples. We're nerds. We like these things. Let me see that way. I had no idea I was stitching Ada. Let's have a look here. It's a lovely lime green here. There are quite a few stitches here. That's nice. Grace says the threads on even weave is softer. Yes, I agree. And Hardanger is sturdier. Yes, because it's hard and it's angry. So yeah, it's very easy to remember. Yes, I do feel that the volume of this fabric is definitely thicker than even weave, 25 count, for instance. But I just thought, because it's 22 count, it's a little bit thicker. Sarah says, I love even weave. To be honest, I love both. They stitch it differently, and I like different stitching experience. It makes it fun, doesn't it? Definitely makes it fun. But I'm fascinated by the technique we just saw. Hardanger. I'll probably butcher that. It looks like fun, actually. Very disciplined. I'm going to part this one and stitch this one in the middle. It's my bird happening here. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. No. It's the next one. This way. Oh, these ones already done. Hang on. That's why it looks different. So I'm going to make an exception here. I'm going to leave this stitch here because I haven't got a thread color on my master set, and I don't feel like going to add the thread right now. So I'm going to just leave it and stitch the one below. Okay, I'm breaking my own rules. But so it's 907. Which I do have. Turtle Stitcher says, wow, you're still going, looks good. Heather, we started a little bit later today. I didn't get to start till about 11 p.m. in the UK time. So yes, we're here. I know. It's 1 o'clock. Oh my God, where's time gone? I thought we just passed midnight. Goodness, no wonder you're shocked. Yes, you should be. There you go. And Jeanette says, I must be a nerd. I have embroidered on the even weave, and it was more difficult keeping taut and straight when you use a hoop. Embroidery. Oh, so embroidery is normally not done on even weave, do you? I think normally it's just a piece of cotton or linen. So I have done a little bit in the past, just haven't done much of it. I enjoy that as well. So you actually do embroidery on even weave. That's interesting because even weave, you have to follow the grid, you know. That's why people use linen type of thing, because you can stitch on any location you want because it's tightly woven. Sort of quite close. Well, you know what I mean. That's very interesting. Every day, it's good to have you and have sweet dreams, whatever you do today. Have a lovely time. And we'll see you soon. Oh, I lost a strand. I've got 2 strands going here, and then one just fell off. What's with that? Let me try again then. I never come across anything like this. I stitched 2 strands and one just fell off, turned into single strand. Very weird. 907. Oh, Heather just finished work here in California. What time is it in California? It's probably late afternoon or early evening, something like that, I'm guessing. There's so many different time zones, I can't keep up. Let me make sure that I'm on the right spot. Jeanette says it was very similar to even weave and came in a kit. I see. Sounds like fun though. See you later, River. Enjoy the rest of your day. You've done well. You know, the 9,000 stitches you've done. You're trying to compete with me, I know, because I did 9K the other day. And River is saying, I have to top that. Jeanette says 5:14 p.m. Phoenix, Arizona. The day is still young. Two, three. One, two, three. 2 to the side. Oh dear. Oh, I just cut one of my part threads by accident. Nice one. See, this is what happens when you're not paying attention too closely. You just cut something else off. It's beautiful though. There's some red peeking through this bird. Oh, I wonder if it's the mouth of the bird or something like that. And oh dear. Okay. And you know what I said about that stitch I was supposed to leave out? I accidentally stitch it with a different color. Oh no, it's not true. No. It's that one. No. I thought I accidentally stitched over that stitch, which wouldn't be a shock. I do that a lot. No, this is correct. All is good. All is good. And in fact, I can stitch one more row below. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 4. It's so weird. I think I miscounted one stitch here. Let me just make sure. If you're feeling dizzy because there's so many part threads, you know, lie down, deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's so weird. Have I gridded incorrectly? Let me double check. There's something weird going on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, that's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, that's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a little bit of this green bird coming through. Oh, I see what's happening. No. Reverse stitching, okay? No F word. If I spotted it myself, it's not the F word situation. Okay. If you spotted it, yes, it's up for debate. But no one else saw it. I know what's happening. So, one, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yes, it's all good. You know, the stitches are quite full, but at the same time, if you're patient and stitch, it's kind of a strange kind of way. It's a little bit like row by row, but obviously you're not following the rows, but you are just easing away from the edge. And it's quite doable when you do this. The fullness of the stitches doesn't really matter. No Captain Squirrels, you know. All of you promised me no F word, okay? No F word. Or F image. Any related, F-related subjects are not allowed to be mentioned. There. It's a little bit more bird happening here. Squirrel is okay. Squirrel is okay. Yes, you can mention the S word. S word is okay. Let's have a look. It's a little bit of confusion happening here. I see. So this one is parked in the wrong spot. So that's why I was getting a little bit confused. But it's all good. It's just next door. But I wonder why it's called frogging though. Oh, did I just say the F word? Oh, naughty. But, you know, why is it a frog? Why is it not a squirrel? I wonder. That's an angel, isn't it? Squirrel. And today, this afternoon, I think I was definitely being visited by, I don't know, it's an army or a colony or maybe a chorus of squirrels. So I give them, what is it? I give them, why am I stitching this way? Hang on. Where's my, I give them nuts every day. They come to visit me. And today, for some reason, I saw more of them today. Normally, I'll have probably daily. I can't tell them apart visually. They all look the same to me. Some are bigger than others. There are some really young ones. But I recognize them through the way they behave. The captain squirrel, the boss squirrel, I know instantly because it's fearless. It's just come to me. I can, not so much stroking him or her, I don't know. I'll just presume it's a boy. And, you know, I can pretty much just stroke its chin. It's not running away, but the other ones are more shy. So I kind of recognize them, tell them apart through their behavior. And today, for some reason, I got visited, I would say the entire army, because the bowl of nuts, they love almonds and pecans, etc. They disappear like within 10 minutes. Normally they will last for at least a few hours. You know, they come and pick a few nuts, run away, play or whatever. today they just disappear, and I have to keep topping it up. It's I don't know, they're probably just calling all their friends and relatives and go, hey, come over here. Here's a lady, you know, that's got a lot of nuts. Come over, have a visit. And they just decided to have a little visit today. I think it was an army, for sure. Not this one. Turtle Stitcher says, it's called frogging because you rip it. Is it true? Or we just made it up? If you made it up, well done. I believe you. Carrie, yes. Carrie says, the word's out. Yogi's place for free food. I know. I'm pretty sure they tell their neighbors, their relatives, long distance relatives, maybe squirrels in Australia and wherever, in safari. They just all come here for some nuts. I mean, I do provide pretty good quality nuts, you know. So I can understand the attraction there. But it's just the whole bowl of nuts just disappear in no time. I was a bit scared. I'm gonna cheat because this color literally has a vertical 4 stitches here. I'm gonna just do all 4 rather than 1 stitch at a time if I was to follow my own rules. And then I am going to end this thread here. And then I'll probably do 1 more. I don't know how long we've been on here. It doesn't feel that long, but then again, I say that every day. I'm just constantly shocked by how much time has passed. We're slightly over 2 hours. I may do 1 more, actually. Let me be sensible. You know, I don't know whether Susan is still awake. I don't want to, you know, drag Susan through a midnight session, and she's going to blame me for deficiency in sleep tomorrow. So, and I'm going to mark this one, and I'm going to pick 1 more color. Okay, let me pick one that is pretty, and maybe a few more stitches, just a few more. Why don't I do one of those burgundy ones? Yes, I can do that, because this is less confetti, this area. Yes, that's a great choice. Betty says, yes, some use as a seam ripper to take out the error stitching. Rip it. Oh, I see. So it is true. It is true. And Susan, oh, Susan is still there. Good. I'm always feeling so much better when I know Susan is there, because she's here in the UK. If I'm awake, she's awake. I know I'm not the only weird person stitching late at night, okay? I've got Susan to keep me company. I drag her through the mud of daily stitching. You know, she's become so disciplined with stitching, just like me. I'm doing it for her, really. You know, to keep the fellow stitcher, you know, disciplined and routine with their stitching. That's very important. So I'm going to, my final color will be 902. And I have to check on her because the other day she slept on me, right? I'm streaming away you know, like a fiend, and she fell in asleep. She didn't watch any of it and had to catch replay. I'm not sure that's acceptable, Susan. You know, we're warriors over here fighting for cross-stitching. Stand with me. Okay, I'm doing the last color. So you can have some rest after that, but not till then, okay? There. Oh no. Cha. is clearly new to the chat, okay? She says, I think there's still an error on the last stitch on the right column of what you worked. Cha, whatever your name is, let me know. But we don't talk about stuff like that, okay? If you see an error happening on my fabric, you just close your eyes and pretend it never happened, okay? That's the rule of this stream. So, work with me here, Cha. Okay? Thank you. I don't know which one that is. I think, you know, it's too late for that stitch. Bye-bye. Okay? I'll cover it up. I'll cover it up. One stitch is nothing. I do much worse than that on a regular basis. But thank you. Thank you, says near the power beak. I mean over here. I think this is the beak, right? Yes, yes. Thank you, yes. Let's just let it go, all right? It's okay. You know, you didn't see it. I didn't do it. It's all good. And look at these ones. So much better. No mistakes here. This is all good. Good stuff. So these are my final stitches. So you can start to think about, you know, how many stitches has a yogi done today? I know yesterday was a shocker. I know. I hope you're sitting on your chair nicely. I don't want you to fall over when you look at today's stitch count, okay? No one is falling over. No injuries shall occur during yogi stream. Safety first, okay? But I would like you to come up with a number. And regulars already know the drill. But if you're new to the stream and you're lurking, just come forward and just pull out a number. This is what we do here. We play Guess My Stitches. I need to work on my game show voice. Guess My Stitches, you know, something like that. And let's have a look. Let me bring on my little counter here to monitor everybody's contribution here, okay? You could be on the leaderboard there. And so bring on your number, and the winner will win the grand prize of the R, capital R, respect from everyone in the stitching world, every single person. Okay, and on top of that, you get to enjoy our now famous emoji buffet with me as well. I will be eating most of it, but you can have a little piece. I'll let you have a little piece, okay? And so I'm going to do the final 3 stitches, everyone, to give you a heads up. +3, okay? Whatever you come up with. There's 3 more coming, all right? It's important. It's all about details. It's all about accuracy. And the winner, some of them are pretty good at guessing, you know. So beware of them. Some of them have won multiple times. But tonight, it could be you. This is the last one, everyone. Have a look. Have a look. Yes, come forward with the number. Until I show the final number, you still have the chance to win today's grand prize. There. Let me part this one. There. Okay? And here it is, guys. Let me zoom out a little bit. Oh, I can see numbers coming in. Well, they're quite far apart. They're so far apart. I have no clue. If you have no clue how many stitches I've done, that's you and me both, okay? I have no clue either. But I know today's demonstration of slow stitching is one of the finest. You don't get it anywhere else. Okay, if you want to learn how to stitch slowly, you watch this channel carefully and watch and learn. So let's have a look. The numbers that's coming in today. And Selita, 410. Selita has been watching yesterday's stream. Okay, and Kerry, 150. Steve, 83. Steve. And Janelle, 124. Susan, 225. Maria, 103. Okay, you have a few seconds to go if you want to submit your number. Kathy, well done. Kathy, the lurker is no longer lurking. Kathy is saying 233. Fantastic. I like you already. Grace Houston, 100. Maddie's budget corner, 240. Rebecca McLean's, yes, 110. Jackie Turner, 175. All the locals are coming out. I like it. Betty Hankins, 133. Cha, 105. -1. That's error. And there you go. Sarah already serving the buffet. She's checking out. 99 Sarah. And you will find out the number tomorrow, okay? And watch the replay. And Linda Anderson, hello, and join in. Linda, come on with the number. This is my, say hello to Linda for the final few moments here. And Linda, submit your number. I'll wait for you, okay, Cassie? Well done. And, okay, you have a few seconds for you, Linda. If you don't come up with it for the next 5 seconds, I'm going to show you the actual number, okay? Are you guys ready? All right, so this is why I am today. and okay, Linda is not coming forward. I know it's a little bit of lag. Oh yes, Linda has come forward. Yeah. Linda says 125. There you go, guys. There you go. Are you ready? I am about to reveal tonight's winner. Brace yourself. 3, 2, 1. There. If you have fallen off your chair just now, please raise your hands. It's totally understandable. I think I nearly fell off my chair. Today's grand total of stitches is, drum roll, 60. Yeah! Well done, Yogi. Well done. I knew, as I was stitching tonight, I knew I was reaching a higher peak. I know this demonstration, this episode should be saved on the internet for the history, for the centuries to come, okay? I have done well, okay, guys? It's it's here right in front of your eyes, guys. You just witnessed the history of the stitching. Whatever it is, yes. And you're very lucky, okay? You are on this stream live with me, as I stitch the grand total of 60. I am proud. Are you proud? But now it's time. This turtle stitcher says I'm inspired. Yes. Thank you so much. So now it's time to celebrate. Bring on the delicious spread. Okay, I think we need to work even harder tonight and feast. We worked hard, so now it's time to feast. Okay, guys, you can do it. You can do it. And let me bring this one over here. And let's celebrate. Let's celebrate here. Okay. Turtle is inspired. And Solita is bringing some hot chili. Normally hot chili is coming from Steve, okay? But today we've got hot chili from Solita as well. And Steve's clearly impressed. I am impressed too. Okay. Janelle is being a little bit harsh here. I think you need to scrape that method. I love it, Janelle. Do you not love it? I love it. Okay, and don't write anything off until you try it. And Betty says 1 stitch at a time. Yes, we have some buffet brought on by Turtle Stitcher here. It's lovely. It looks delicious. It's got cupcakes and some hot soup. It's getting slightly chilly, you know. We're coming to the autumn, and so everybody stay warm. I know some places are still hot, you know, it's an alien land to me, but in London it's getting cooler here. Okay, guys, we have, oh yes, Rebecca's got some chocolate, my favorite. Wonderful, excellent, gorgeous. So it's a Monday evening and I can't believe it's nearly 2 o'clock in the UK. And if you're in the European time zone, give yourself a round of applause, okay? This is special. And Susan, thank you for standing by with me if you haven't fallen asleep already. And Janelle. And thank you. So in this sleepy London town, Yogi signing out. Thank you for keeping me company, and I hope I kept you company as well. And I hope you enjoy your stitching, and hopefully you're stitching a little bit faster than me, but not too fast, okay? Slow stitching is an art form. So learn from the way I stitch and make it even slower if you can. So on that note, and night-night everyone, night-night. And tomorrow we're coming back for another piece and another technique. Thank you, everyone. And lurkers, thank you for coming forward to unlurk yourself. I like it, and hope to see you tomorrow too. Nighty-night, everyone. Night-night. Night.